Welcome to today's video. It's mid-December here in South Florida and the temperature is finally below 85. So now it's time to assemble patio heaters and get them ready for a little cooler temperatures. We got a Costco patio heater here. I already put one together. Real pain in the ass. Didn't have any tools, but they do supply you with the proper tool to put this together. This is the Fire Sense Patio Heater. There aren't that many pieces to this heater. Got the base, got the wheels, we got the support for the tube, we've got the combustion piece, gas tank cover, the heat deflector, then we had this hardware kit. Kudos to Costco for giving you everything you absolutely need to put this together, but this wrench will kill you because A, you'll never get the bolts tight enough, and B, it shreds your fingers. If you've seen any of my other videos, you've heard me complain about not having tools. Well, guess what? I have a nice Craftsman socket set. Although Craftsman's been bought out, I'm not sure who bought them out, but the quality isn't the same. I've noticed it with the ratcheting teeth. With the ratchets, they're not as fine. It's hard to flip the direction lever, but it works. It's better than the wrench that's in that hardware packet. Step one, we're gonna put the wheels on the base. Yeah, the sad thing is with this whole thing is and I don't know why, they don't have you use any washers when you put this stuff together. I would think you'd use a lock washer, because these aren't locking threads either. So over the period of time, you're gonna have a problem with this stuff loosening up. You have to be breaking out a wrench or a socket or something like that. This is the supplied wrench. It does fit, but that thing's paper thin. It's like a ray trying to tighten it with a razor blade. We've got ourselves a real wrench. That feels good. Step two is a failure. Step two tells you to put these on, hand tighten them, and then come back with a wrench and fully tighten them. Well, you're screwing yourself for step three. Step three, as you put this piece on, to step two. And if you had cranked these down full tight, there's no way you're going to line up these holes. So leave the bottom loose. We'll get these 6 bolts in, and then we'll tighten everything together. So the 3 bolts on the bottom are still loose. All of these bolts are still loose. And you can see why. This stuff doesn't fit real good, but when you tighten those bolts, it'll bend everything to where it's supposed to go, but you gotta leave it loose so you can get them all lined up. We're gonna snug up these 6 first to kind of twist these where they gotta go, and then we'll crank them down on the base. These are tight. Tighten them up till they're snug and you get the gap out of any of the plate, but don't over tighten them or you're gonna crush that hollow rectangle tube. All right, let's keep going. We're almost done. We're gonna peel the protective coating off of this cover. And once we get this all cleaned up, we're gonna slide it over that pole. Second half of the pipe. We're just gonna go ahead and screw that bad boy on here. That feels pretty snug. Yeah, baby. Okay, before we put this head assembly on, we have to put the studs in for the heat shield. Now we're gonna lower the head assembly onto this tube. Yeah, you could probably take that caution tag off. I leave them on. That way you ain't got no liability if somebody you don't know fires up your thing like they're not supposed to. Come on, baby, get in there. It's a hollow tube. How can it be such a pain in the ass? And then what I like to do is get the operating instruction label. It's right here. In the same line of fire as your eyeballs for when you go over here to turn this on so you don't blow yourself up. Now the odd thing is, we got 4 bolts that hold this head assembly on, but it only comes with lock washers. They don't give you a flat washer. Who uses a lock washer without a flat washer? See, that stinks, and I'll show you why. Oh crap, I forgot to show you one thing, but I'll take that first bolt out and I'll show you then. they give you this bolt with the round lock washer. But if you look at this hole in this tube, it's an oval. It's not round. And the lock washer is going to cock and go cockeyed into that hole, and there's nothing you can do about it unless you're going to put a washer on it, a flat washer. But it didn't come with the kit. I'm not going to deviate from the instructions. That way if it blows up and I get killed, it wasn't my fault because I added an uncalled for washer. Always follow the work instructions. Let me tighten those babies up. Okay, we got the head unit on there. Rule of thumb with a lock washer, when you don't have a torque called out, you just tighten the bolt until the lock washer is fully compressed. And that's what we did here. I hope you can see how that lock washer fell inside that oval hole. That's no bueno. That should have a flat washer with it too. Now comes the hardest part of the job, is the heat deflector. And step 8 clearly says, make sure to remove the blue reflector tape on reflector pieces prior to assembly. And they mean it, because I don't know what they put that on with, but that stuff is tough to get off. And if you got a screw or a bolt through the holes, you're not gonna peel it off around those bolts. It's a pain in the ass just to find an edge that you can actually get to go. Oh, there we go, we got one. And this stuff, let me tell you what, I didn't pay attention to directions on the first one I did. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna scratch up that nice shiny deflector while I put it together. I'll just peel that stuff off once I got it together. Guess what? I had to take it apart. So if there's anything in these directions that you do follow, make sure it's step number 8. Otherwise you'll be kicking yourself in the ass, because once you put this together, you don't want to take it apart and put it together a second time, like I did the first time. Tell you what, the one thing they do is to make sure the stuff is protected and won't get scratched on you. I do have to give them that. And to get it off this bead can be a pain in the butt. You saw what a pain in the ass one piece was. I'm gonna do the rest. I'm not gonna torture you for videoing the rest. The blue film that goes over the side of the bead, your best bet, now that I've done enough of these, start with the small radius side and kind of peel that whole thing to the middle. Once you get it to, once you start going that way, then you can go, it'll pull that whole bead right off of there. Oh, she's a beauty. They should tell you how to do that in the instructions. That one came apart nice. The screws going from the bottom and the nuts go on top. I'm going to start with a middle one, because you got to overlap each one of these as you go around. And then it goes together with one of these acorn nuts. There we go. There's, and just keep going. Believe it or not, this one went together like a piece of cake. That other one I had, that first one, just must have been bent badly, because it took some effort to squish all this stuff together. I'm going to tighten up these screws and nuts, and we'll keep going. All right, we're going to put that heat deflector shield on. We laid this baby on its side to make it easy. Make sure you chalk the wheels with something, because when you're not looking, that's just going to roll off whatever you got it on and get banged up on the ground. You'll have dents in it before you ever use it. Everybody gets a washer, deflector shield, aha. There it goes. Another washer, wing nut. I know a lot of wing nuts. And I can feel the wind coming. Make sure you hang on to that so it doesn't fall over. And that reminds me of the first one. Got it all set up, took it out in the backyard, put it on the patio without the gas tank or anything in it. Thunderstorm came by before I could get out there and blew that thing over and put a dent in the heat shield. I didn't even get to use that thing. It's disgusting. All right, there we go. This is a water box. You can pop this lid off, fill it with water or sand, put the cap back on. I'll prefer to do that once I get it out in the backyard so it's not so heavy to get the whole thing out there. Got the gas tank with the chain, got the regulator installed, hook up to the tank. All right, we got our AAA battery, put it in the igniter, turn to high, hold the knob. We have ignition. I see smoke, that's good smoke. Not like in electronics, it's a bad smoke. Ooh, we'll let that burn the stink off for a little bit. Right, all honesty, went to fire this baby up, no ignition. Bought 2 of these, put one together in August, just fired that one up, oh, I don't know, 2 days ago. Go to start this one today, and no, what's the difference in these 2 knobs for ignition? This one has a spring to complete the circuit. This one doesn't. Now we bought these things in freaking August. You think we're gonna get a free part from Costco? I don't know, we're gonna try. But if we don't, that's why you got this little hole here so you can light it with a lighter. It really sucks, 50-50. Got a good one, got a bad one. Yeah, we'll see what we can do, but I'll tell you what, that thing is freaking hot on high. And I'm glad something wasn't broken. The ignition we can get over. That's just quality control. I mean, that spring is captive in this knob, so who didn't put it in and what quality assurance guy said, yeah, that's good to go. Turn that baby off, let it cool. My hair's on fire. I gotta watch out because I do have product in it. I wouldn't want to be doing a Michael Jackson impression right now. No extra parts left over. That's a good thing. I got a great extra parts story. Had a neighbor, 25 years ago, put together his own above the ground pool. The whole family wasn't that bright, but he had like a 4-pound bag of hardware left over. I said, John, man, you sure you got that together right? Oh, yeah. It wasn't 4 months later, that pool twisted, dumped right over in his backyard. He didn't put the braces under the rails that go around the pool to hold its shape for the big metal ring on top. We do have ourselves the heater cover. Yeah, it's cooled off. I hate to throw this brand new cover onto a hot heater. Nice long zipper. Comes with an apparatus to help you put it on. It all goes together with an elastic band inside, like a bungee cord. Take the baby apart. It's got a pocket on the inside to stick this thing. Zip it and snap it, and there she is, ready for summertime. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in South Florida, and it's still 83 degrees. But hey, the heater's ready to go. Well, cheers with an icy cold Stella Artois. Because I'm still sweating today putting this together, but the day I put the first one together, the feel-like temperature was 108. And I said, I'm not putting another one of these together until it's winter time. You know, it's winter time, so it's 83. 50-50 on quality for the Costco heater. At least it's easy. Igniter, I can always use a lighter to light that. No big deal, but I am going to send an email with the pictures showing the 2 knobs, one with a spring missing, one with a spring in it. What could it cost them? $1 to send me a new part? Well, have a good weekend. Take care. Thanks for watching. See ya.